Hey everyone, welcome to week 6 of ITGS 431 Games for Learning and Simulation. This week, there's no new material. We are just focusing on building our new educational game or simulation design. So, I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, so hopefully, this isn't a surprise. And the format we're going to use for this is the master document format that if you've taken other courses in the program, you've probably seen this before. But we're going to be creating this week the master game design document. Next week, we'll create 2 feature documents. And then in the following week, you'll do your video presentation of your design. So there's a link here to how the master game design document works. So if you click on that, you'll see that this article, which again, if you've taken other courses in the program, you've read this before, but it talks about how the master document, it contains several key parts of the game design information, and it's usually created by the lead game designer. And then there are feature documents which are built off of that, outlining how specific features should look and feel and behave. So we'll talk more about the feature docs next week, but the game design document will be using this template. You don't have to use the exact Notion template that they link to, but so this is the format we'll be using: the summary, describing your game in a single sentence, concept art of the game, core, describing the design pillars, game loops, player motivation, how progression works, features of your game, and then the content, narrative summary, characters, information about different levels. So you're going to start with a single page where everything can fit in this core section, and you can describe very succinctly how the game works, what makes the game interesting. The features section will then get expanded, the content section, etc. So here's an example of a game called Dawn of the Phalanx, and you can see how they've written the summary. This is a one sentence summary of the game, and then expanding on that, they've got some concept art. They talk about the design pillars, and then they talk about the next section is about the feature document, which you'll work on in the future. So again, if you're not familiar with this, make sure you've read through this document explaining what the game design document is. There's a link here to a template. Ignore that link and use this link that's in the course content, because the link has been changed and it hasn't been updated in that article. But this link will take you to a Notion site where you can see, and again, you can either edit it in Notion if you have a Notion account and then export it, or you can just copy and paste this into Word. But notice these links. Each of these links takes you to a different section that it gives an example of how that section should be described. So if you're not familiar with game loops, for example, then you can read this article and fill in this section. There's some examples of this. So again, stuff that you probably have seen before if you've taken other courses in the game design program at U of C, but if not, make sure you read through this carefully. Again, this is the only thing we're doing this week, so give yourself plenty of time to build that master document. Hopefully you've been brainstorming your thoughts about the game design all along. So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out on Slack or through